attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this valuable Power Retail webinar session brought to you today by business solution provider Annexa. Thank you all for joining us. I'm Pranitha Govender. I'm the editor of Power Retail, and I'll be introducing our guest speakers very shortly. Before the introduction, some quick housekeeping. Mobile phones, if you can please turn them to silent. I can't ridicule you if it goes off because I won't hear it, but that's besides the point. You probably want to pay attention this afternoon because it's going to be a great session. At the end of the presentation, we'll have time for questions. You can enter these at any time in the question dialog box on your dashboard, and we'll do our very best to answer as many as we can. We've got a big session this afternoon, so get comfortable. Increasing global competition, consumer demands and costs are making today's retail environment tougher than ever before. Today we have Nathoo Owens and Vinod Nathoo, solution leads at Annexa, who will discuss leading Australian retailers who are leveraging cloud business systems to realise their retail potential. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Nathoo and Vinod.
Thank you, Pranitha. Good to be here. Nathoo Owens here. To introduce myself, I'm a business solutions lead here at Annexa. We are a leading cloud-based business systems solution provider. I've been in the industry working as a consultant and solutions designer for about 9 years now, with a focus on the omni-channel retail and wholesale distribution vertical markets. Prior to embracing the cloud, I was formerly a specialist on the Sage on-premise platforms before transitioning to cloud-based applications. So thanks for your time, everyone, today. Really good to be here. And to hand over to Vinod.
Hi, everyone. It's Vinod Nathoo here. I'm a solution lead at Annexa and have been consulting in the business solutions arena for the past 15 years, specializing in architecting business solution application to very specific bespoke requirements of my customers. My goal is to design very customer-specific solutions that enhances my customers' productivity, strategy, and business whilst utilizing standard tools provided by the business systems we support. So awesome. Let's go. You go, man.
Thank you, Vinod. Okay, so let's kick things off. So in order to, in lieu of our retail operations, in order to innovate and continue to grow our businesses, today's webinar is really focusing on what role and business benefits we're able to bring in leveraging cloud-based technologies for the modern day retailer. So in the session today, we are going to really dissect a whole bunch of different operational capabilities within retail operations and identify where and how we can seek improvement through technology. We've been very fortunate, Vinod and I, and the broader team at Annexa, to be able to partner with and work with some of Australia's leading retail providers. And based on our learnings and the practical application of cloud technologies into the industry locally, we're going to walk through some of those benefits and some of those practical use cases that we've seen really drive the innovation and expansion on the retail front locally. We're then going to also look at interfacing technology. So how we go about interfacing multiple platforms and systems, with integration being a key component to really a seamless, efficient retail operation. We'll also have a moment for Q&A at the end, as Pranitha mentioned also. Let's progress. Okay, so to kick us off, we just wanted to really set the scene in terms of cloud applications. I'll pass over to you, Vinod.
Thanks so much. So as Matt mentioned, we've been partners of the Sage platform on-premise, but over the last 5 years, we have been leveraging cloud-based technologies to our customers, thus providing very, very seamless business solutions. It's a mind-changing experience. Over the last 5 years, we've just seen how cloud systems allow us very rapid deployment, available anywhere, anytime. You know, I could be in a different city, in a different room, and I've got access to the entire business solution that we've set up. Very, very different ways of working. The cloud-based applications have been taken away the stress of managing the technology and has afforded us the time to manage the business solution. The dreaded upgrade cycle is history. Here in the cloud, upgrades take place leveraging the cloud technology. A preview of your ERP is available to trial, and it's like we have a team of angels out there migrating our solution biannually. Upgrades are a thing of the past. Consultants never have to worry about that. Sandbox staging platforms are available on demand. Gone are the days of leveraging servers, IT teams, and server experts. You know, I don't need SQL experts. I don't need reporting experts. All of that is there for us in the cloud to create a copy of our environment at just a press of a button. Nathoo?
Cool. So the modern day retail operation, really the point of this slide is to really speak to, you know, the constant state of change that we are seeing within the omni-channel / retail environment today. So in the past, what we've seen is, you know, fairly predictable and stable in terms of doing business. We've seen the disruptors coming in. Clearly, that's no longer the case. Today's world, we're in a constant state of change, and we really need to have agility to be able to respond to rapidly changing market conditions in front of our competitors. So customer experience is king. What we have seen is the customer experience not only stems from the in-store experience, but right through to the back office operations. So our ability to keep our customer informed, our ability to make it easy for them to do business with us. Leveraging on an omni-channel line of technology is enabling us to be able to provide a seamless experience through different mediums, whether that be in the store or online, or even in a B2B engagement. So in this you know, day and era, really we have to be agile. We have to be able to adapt and accommodate and offer an experience that is really seamless for our customer base. A global 360-degree view is required. So what we mean here is, in order to satisfy our customers and improve operations, we really need visibility of everything that is happening within our retail operation, across multiple channels, across different markets and jurisdictions, across different locations, different warehouses. The ability to have a lens of our product, of our customer, across all of those different mediums is really critical, particularly when it comes to making decisions to facilitate simple things like replenishment and availability of our goods and services. We've seen that we really need a strategy that allows us to really quickly expand. Okay, so a centralized way of working that we can replicate across different markets. What's next is anyone's guess. You know, it's all about how do we future-proof, you know, what we're doing now and make the most of our investment. Our customers expect to be able to shop, you know, from in-store to any digital touch point at any time. Our vendors and suppliers, you know, need us to often conform with them and interface with their systems in different ways also. And then internally, our employers are looking for us, you know, really to be flexible in terms of how they engage and work within your operations. So ensuring that we can use all of these different devices, multiple technology platforms, and make it easy for them is really important. And if we can't do that, our likelihood to retain customers, to retain talent internally, and really future-proof our operations really just isn't there. And the last point, you know, multiple business models is normal. So, you know, both Vinod and I have had extensive experience in the wholesale distribution arena, particularly very strong in Australia, in our part of the world. And, you know, we've seen these B2B models rapidly transitioning to direct-to-consumer models. So a lot of our wholesalers are going direct-to-consumer. A lot of our traditional direct-to-consumer retailers are also offering B2B offerings. They're also selling and supplying services as well. So product companies are doing services and vice versa. So it's really, it's going in every which direction in terms of this. And in lieu of that, often multiple platforms is very normal. So that's certainly something that we've been able to embrace, and certainly something that our cloud technologies have enabled us to really leverage and really streamline as well.
So basically, we've been looking at businesses not utilizing cloud technology are being left behind. There's a new breed of customer out there dictating a new set of terms in a dynamic between buyers and sellers. An empowered customer generating an explosion of mobile and social interaction. We've got some 6 billion phone connections globally, 1.4 billion users of Facebook, some 45% of consumers asking friends for advice before purchasing, 64% of consumers make a first purchase because of a digital experience. Businesses not utilizing cloud tech are being left behind. Consumers are expecting you to have commerce-friendly business solutions in place to engage with you either online or on-premise. They need the freedom of choice. Leveraging the cloud, a new way of doing business, provides the links to your business solutions integrating mobile, desktop, on-premise, and social mediums. It makes for a faster procurement and distribution within your supply model. Customers are expecting hassle-free, secure payment mechanisms that are backed up by great customer service. From the initial inquiry or research online to viewing your product on-premise, to ease of payment, easy delivery, and convenient integrated pickups, to a great customer service, a 360-degree view of your customer. So we'll kick off by introducing what role do these systems play within your retail operations?
Thank you, Vinod. So in this slide, really, we're looking at multiple different capabilities that often we have different systems running within our retail operation. So in the first column, you can see there that we've got, where are you now? And I guess most importantly, how can we leverage the cloud in order to innovate within our businesses? And most importantly, what is the business benefit that this cloud technology is going to bring to us practically? So underpinning all of the operational capabilities that we work on is really our core platform. Often, we see most business systems, are built from technology dating back, 20 years ago. There's a SQL database, there's client server architecture, updates to the application is, a manual and performed by IT providers. And, often integrations that may exist are poorly developed and they fail when an upgrade occurs, or they just get left alone because it costs too much money or it's too risky. This is very much 20 years ago. So, just like we interact with our social platforms and online banking, as Vinod mentioned on the cloud slide earlier, we do the same thing now to run our businesses. Okay, so what we're seeing in terms of our retail base and the customers that we speak with, they still often have very fragmented systems. They have different systems doing different functions, and they don't talk. Really what that translates to is simple master file records within the organization often live in many places. A product, a SKU, we may have that item in the e-com system. We have it in the planning system or spreadsheet. We have it in the point of sale system, and we have it in the warehouse system. Okay, and there's people and humans maintaining that information in every single platform, and it's often really poor because the data doesn't align between all those systems as well. So leveraging the cloud, it's all about having a single unified data model, right? Having it available online to all of those different capabilities and operations within our businesses. So single data model, very key benefit to shifting to a cloud technology platform. Always online, serverless, accessible through internet, mobile devices, PCs, laptops, Macs. Business benefit, we do this day in, day out, and we've also been able to leverage from the learnings of our broader software partners. And broadly speaking, we are seeing really huge reduction in IT costs, right? Just having an operating model where we can subscribe to is really changing the landscape of technology platforms. Omnichannel commerce, so really critical, and I'm sure there's a number of people listening in, today where they do business across multiple channels. Okay, what we're seeing is even the retail operations that are doing really well, have a great product and a great service, and often a great digital experience. Often, as shining as that looks from the front, in terms of back office integration, it doesn't talk. So planning, finance, procurement, all of these other systems and capabilities are often not interfacing or integrated with those channels. Leveraging the cloud, we've been able to offer our client base a truly integrated solution. So having all of our channels of operations accessible and interfacing back into a single cloud-based database. We're seeing here that being able to keep our commerce channels up to date, having the data in one spot, we're seeing a significant growth in revenue, particularly through those digital channels. Some of our clients, we have seen really exponential, double 100% kind of growth rates through their digital channels, as opposed to their traditional bricks and mortar and/or B2B type engagements. And also extending the omni-channel to B2B platforms as well. So being able to offer a seamless experience even for B2B. All right, so they still get a nice experience of web-based, smooth, up-to-date pricing, up-to-date products, and no need to interact with paper and phone calls. Log in, reorder, and do it with a couple of clicks of a button. We've certainly seen a massive improvement in B2B channels as well.
So, for CRM and marketing, what we find is, companies have silos of data sitting in various different databases, many Excel spreadsheets. Communication is traditional email. We're still basically touching on faxes, but emails become the big communication channel. And then your customer-facing is a website that you're still going to extract data to integrate back into your ERP and your marketing solutions. What we find is leveraging the cloud provides a 360-degree view of your customer, a single spot that allows you to enrich your knowledge base, provide business intelligence and real-time metrics. This encourages engagement with your customers, as I discussed in my previous slide, that it's all about customer engagement, and it's all about predicting what your customer requires and engaging with unified messaging. That a cloud-based solution sort of gives you the benefit of being able to hold all of this data in a single ERP type of solution and a CRM marketing solution to allow you to get all of these metrics together and make good use of it. The business benefit sort of gives you an increased capacity to cross-sell and upsell with some 50 to 75% increases in actionable insights. A single view of the 360-degree view of your customer also provides insights into their buying patterns, whether it's online or in store, thus giving you the opportunity to personalize their shopping and buying experiences, and also managing your inventory accordingly. When we look at orders, today you sort of focus on quantity and price and have lengthy processes to record opportunities and quotes and sales orders and purchases. There's various different means of communicating that information to you, paper-based, fax-based. Today, the cloud leverages accepting orders from multiple sources, be it EDI, over a mobile device or a tablet device, over the web, on premises using connected e-commerce platforms, leveraging automated marketplace trading to cross-sell. Here, we've got situations where customers can order online and pick up in store. We can manage these orders in a single sort of environment. This also helps demand planning, which is greatly optimized with a 360-degree view of your sales and purchasing channels. We found that we get a business efficiency of some 45 to 75% just in order management and order processing. I think what we'll do now is we'll sort of introduce you to a case study of some of our customers. And T2 was a customer that we've now been engaging for just about 2 years. It's been quite a exciting project to be involved in. The team, basically got in at the very beginning, and we sort of worked towards transforming their current on-premise solution to a cloud-based solution that they are now currently trading with. T2, a global multi-channel business, leveraged the cloud-based solution to realize their global growth plans. They were finding that, to open up a new store or open up in a new country meant, a huge effort in their current on-premise infrastructure to expand that, whereas the cloud sort of gave them the opportunity of, opening up new stores and new markets within minutes. Hosting global marketplaces with their e-commerce website, a global chain of on-premise experience stores, to a B2B commerce solution and a global procurement and distribution network, including an omni-channel CRM marketing platform, T2 leveraged the cloud, a new way of doing business, to realize their annual growth plan and maintain a 360-degree view of their customers. The T2 solution, a 6-month project, migrating cumbersome on-premise server-based solutions to an omni-channel cloud-based solution, leverage, the IP that I shared with you on a couple of slides before, that, to deploy something, a whole solution in a cloud environment, allowed us to leverage very fast deployment methods, allowed us to have systems that are very, very highly available, and at the end of the day also gave us the security that is required for a global organization like T2. Thanks, Nathoo.
Thanks, Vinod. Yeah, look, a really, really great story in T2, and it's really cool to see that the conversation, with guys like T2 is really not about, hey, I want to open up, more stores. It's, hey, I want to open up, into X new markets, and so being able to, I guess, be in a position where the biggest hurdle isn't technology and people and masses of investment to make that happen. Having that in place is really fueling the rapid global growth. Okay, so a few more capabilities here in terms of the role that systems are playing within our businesses. Sourcing is something that's we're fortunate to see, I guess, all ends of the spectrum in terms of what retailers are doing. In terms of where we're at now and what we're seeing from the retailers that we engage with on a daily basis, Excel is what we see. So we see spreadsheets. We see lots of spreadsheets, and lots of people that are gurus with spreadsheets, and spend a lot of their time keying in formulas, pulling data from their ERP, pulling data from their POS, pulling data from their e-commerce. using it to fuel their spreadsheet, and they're coming up with planning models. What we are transitioning these guys to really promote their growth is a consolidated view of inventory. You know, what's happening, what products am I moving, what am I selling, where and when across which markets, and enabling us to centralize that so that we can do it on a global lens. Right, we don't have trouble with one store now. Now we're looking at all of the stores across multiple jurisdictions as well. So the questions in terms of, you know, what am I selling in store, online, B2B, how can I automate what I need to replenish and when, and how do I automate what I need to procure and when. Really, that up-to-date information is required to facilitate the rapid decision making that we're seeing our modern day retailers are requiring. Through implementation of a centralized planning system to facilitate sourcing, we're seeing some huge reductions in costs. Right, we're seeing centralized procurement, purchase contracts, really to enable price optimization for really the right buying patterns. In terms of warehousing, very fundamental. We've got to get the orders in, got to get the orders out, and we've got to do that in a timely manner. So what's on order? You know, when do I pick? When do I pack? When do I ship? What we're seeing is that most of the retail operations that we engage with, they don't have a warehouse system or warehouse platform that interfaces with their commerce applications and/or their existing business system or even ERP. So there's a disconnect there. Often they print stuff out, pop it on a clipboard, and they go into the warehouse and it goes into a pile, and people go and pick things, and then they take the paper back and someone else keys it in to a system, okay, or potentially another spreadsheet. What we're seeing now is complete integration between not only the commerce channel with all the orders coming in through not only digital but also in-store and replenishment and transfer orders, but having that information available in a digital sense in the warehouse. So, you know, I guess fairly fundamental, leveraging RF technologies and hardware to actually facilitate the scanning of stock in and out, but most importantly, having that updated on a cloud platform so that that unified single view of that stock and what is happening down to the minute is reflected back in the core operations and accessible for the sourcing teams and procurement teams to leverage. So business benefit, we're really seeing massive improvement in fulfillment rates. So actually having the right products to fulfill at the right time. And we're seeing a reduction in back orders, a massive reduction in back orders to enable us to get the orders out. We're also seeing really, substantial improvements in accuracy. So really tightening up inventory levels from a planning perspective, and not to mention much more rapid decision making from a planning perspective.
Yeah, so as far as in-store, solutions go today, we have very transactional point of sales solutions integrated to a back office. But what we find with the cloud-based systems, with this 360-degree view, we're getting information being fed into our ERP by virtue of a cloud system immediately. We can view sales within any store. We could view inventory level within store almost immediately. Leveraging the cloud to innovate, we have a complete customer view, a customer portal for self-service, letting the customers serve themselves. They can do this from anywhere, anytime, any devices. We're finding that with the cloud-based solutions, we're able to cross-sell and upsell with ease. We could have a customer buying online, but then picking up in store. They could be picking up in store and purchasing even further, and we could just leverage the transaction that started off online back in store and continue the transaction. What we've found is, customers would be in store and then also choose to have the products they're buying in store delivered via their online delivery method. So we have, this tremendous ability in the cloud to leverage, different buying patterns for our customers. We're sort of seeing a 30% improvement in customer service efficiencies, as well as, a complete view of our customers across all channels. We're able to see, how the customer engages with us. Are they buying, what are they buying online? What are they buying in store? And, our CRM and marketing teams can then use this information, immediately, and then, leverage that to our benefit. The last sort of pillar of this slide is financials, and we always sort of, at the end of the day, it's all about show me the money. Where does it all end up? All of this, CRM, marketing, warehousing, sourcing, selling ends up in the financials. Here, as I mentioned earlier, is that we've got information because we're leveraging a cloud-based solution with all our systems integrated. We're getting information that is live. We're getting, our sales and reporting available to us, as it's taking place. Again, leveraging the cloud gives us this information anywhere and anytime. I could be in another country, I could be a CFO traveling, and I'll still have this information available to me. I don't have to worry about logging in through a VPN or, all of these technologies that we need to leverage. Being in the cloud, I have anywhere, anytime access. I have access to all the different channels that I'm engaging with. My online channel, my retail channel, my wholesale channel, all of this information, the financial statistics are available to me anywhere, anytime, with the cloud-based solutions sort of lend themselves to single-click reminders, reminder popping up on your mobile device, or one-touch approvals. We could have purchase order approvals available in the system that at the touch of a button on your mobile, you could be approving, large purchase orders. What we found is that, the leveraging the cloud has allowed us to streamline our work processes and workflows. We have, from a financial aspect, a 5% improvement in gross margin. More importantly as well, we've been able to, and especially with some of the customers we've been leveraging the cloud-based, be able to trade globally in a multi-currency, in a multilingual environment, as well as, I mentioned, global expansion. From a financial aspect, the cloud-based solutions allow us to have multi-country legislative reporting automatically. We don't have to spin up a whole new system to manage that type of information. Another very key retail customer that we've been working with, that I'll have Matthew introduce, is Aesop.
Thanks, Vinod. Yeah, so Aesop, really great brand. We talk about customer centricity. These guys, the Aesop experience, they use customer centricity. I'm really proud to be, long-term partners with Aesop Cosmetics. Our cloud technology, solutions really have been powering international expansion for these guys. A very innovative team, a very forward-thinking company. Of course, they've got a great product and services, but their global expansion and their rapid global expansion has been pretty mind-boggling. Conversation with these guys, was really around fueling multi-country global expansion. These guys are running a unified cloud technology suite that now is operating in real time, doing business in over 20 countries around the world, with multiple locations across all of those countries, and of course multiple channels as well. So from signature stores through department store counters, through digital channels as well. So multi-country, multiple languages, multiple locations, and multiple channels. Really impressive story. a really great example of a business who's fully embraced cloud technology, really being at the forefront and really helping drive innovation. So we're really proud to be able to have developed a fantastic partnership with Troy and his team at Aesop Cosmetics. Okay, so who are we? We are Annexa. So Vinod and I, between the two of us, we've got a couple of hundred ERPs between us, but the broader Annexa, we partner with the leading cloud technology provider in the business ERP space, and that is Oracle NetSuite. We've been doing this for over 30 years now. So I founded Ross Briggs, started the company some 30 plus years ago, and we're really proud to have a fully in-house end-to-end team. So across our locations in Melbourne and Sydney, we don't outsource. We get in on the ground. We integrate and embed ourselves within our clients' businesses to really understand it really well and really streamline and ensure a successful delivery. In this part of the world, across Australia and New Zealand, we're certainly proud to be the only accredited, what we call commerce agency program provider for Oracle and NetSuite, which has really been key to our ability to roll out fully integrated digital as well as in-store omni-channel environments. And that is certainly our specialty. We mentioned integration earlier. So our Annexa Connect platform is some proprietary software that we leverage. This technology underpins just about all of our implementations that we have done for Oracle NetSuite. This technology enables us to really rapidly interface with other applications. All right, so give us the right level of visibility back in our business suites, and enable us to run multiple platforms. E.g., most of our clients, they might have a certain platform for e-commerce or a certain platform for point of sale, and the intention might be to put them all into one spot, but obviously making that change leap, not something we want to do in one foul swoop. So we'll often use our Connect platform to have real-time connectivity between the systems. Technically speaking, this enables us to do simple integrations through flat files, through more complex real-time integrations through our APIs that can be SOAP or REST for the technology minded people in the group here. For the benefit of the audience here today, in terms of how you can talk further and understand a transition plan to shift your business to cloud technologies, please do have a chat with us. Either myself or Vinod or one of the guys in our team would be really happy to come out, have a chat, and really identify how we can lay out a strategy that's cost effective for your business. I should say to mid-market, this isn't all about businesses like Aesop Cosmetics that are doing 20 plus countries. We do specialize in the SME space, so right down to 1 or 2 stores, right up to sort of 300 stores plus. Technology nowadays very accessible, and it's certainly much more cost effective than our traditional legacy on-premise counterparts. Thank you, everyone. That's really it for our presentation. We'd like to open up for Q&A. Pranitha, perhaps
Yes.
hand over to you.
Thank you very much, Matthew and Vinod, for such an insightful presentation, guys. I certainly learned a lot about how to leverage cloud business systems to realize retail potential. We've got a few questions lined up from the audience. The first one is, how do you approach the transition from to the cloud from a current solution?
I'll grab that one if you like, Vinod. So for us, we really like to really understand the requirements and the priorities of those requirements for the business. So we kind of have customers at multiple levels. Some people that have gone very deep in terms of strategy, and others that really need some guidance to walk through that. And both situations are certainly fine. Agility is key. So for us, really being able to identify what we need to do phase one in terms of the remediation phase to get the platforms in versus where do we want to be in the future. For us, it's really about how can we leverage and gain business benefit as quickly as possible. All right, so business systems transformations aren't 12-month programs of work for us. They're on average, 100 days. They're 3 to 4 months. So we're really able to invest in technology and get value really quickly. In terms of successful delivery for Annexa, being able to work iteratively through requirements has really been key to our success. So being able to bite off small pieces of work and work hand in hand with our customers has really underpinned our success.
Excellent. I've got a second question here. Do I need to do a big bang go live?
Yeah, so here, go live.
Like to handle that?
Thanks, Matthew. Yeah, big bang go live, whilst is quite appealing for companies to be able to, go live with all your applications in one go. Sometimes it's just not practically feasible to go for a big bang go live, with all your application integrated into the cloud all at one time. Here, what we found is we can leverage, the cloud against, solutions that you have in place that can continue, its use through the project. And we can leverage, as Matt mentioned earlier, the Annexa Connect product that allows us to integrate to these legacy systems, but still provide us the benefit. It's basically a discussion, amongst the teams to understand, what the go live stresses are, why do we need to go big bang, and then it's an evaluation of whether we can achieve a big bang or not. But at the end of the day, it's a joint decision that we go through, and we're comfortable, and with the experience that we've had with our retail clients, to actually phase the go live in with the best systems to go live with. But leveraging the cloud allows us to have a central spot to be able to get all of this information together to provide all the benefits that we discussed in our slide sets earlier.
Okay, we've got another question. What internal resources would I need to do this project, and how long will it take?
Actually,
I'll grab that. So I guess the key here is technology nowadays. It's evolved. It's evolved significantly. So it's much quicker to deploy. Leading practice, we're enabled to deliver business benefit really fast. So it's looking 4 months is that typical time for a transformation. In terms of resources, the first part of that question, often get asked this question, do we need to hire dedicated people to run a program of work like this? The reality is no. The customers we work with, even some of the bigger ones that we work with, just don't have that luxury. They run extremely lean teams, and that's really what makes them successful. So that's very normal to not really have backfill in terms of resources to work on a program team.
Excellent. Well,
how we mitigate that, we have.
Sorry, Matt. Apologies.
I was just going to say there that we're clearly defined decision makers, and so once that is done, it enables us to work through the implementation very speedily.
All right. Sorry, Matt, you were breaking up there a bit, so I wasn't sure if you were completed. But yeah, I do believe that's all the questions that have come through from the audience. I would like to thank everyone for joining this very insightful webinar this afternoon, and I'd like to thank Nathoo and Vinod from Annexa for putting this together. The video for the webinar will be available online soon. Please sign up to our newsletter if you haven't already for any upcoming webinars that could be of help for you at powerretail.com.au. But for now, the Power Retail and Annexa team are signing out. I hope you all have a lovely day and enjoy the warm weather out there. Bye all.
Thank you. Bye.